If you want to learn how to do sublimation printing with the Epson EcoTank 4850, then stay tuned because today that's what we're going to be talking about. Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another printer video. And today I'm going to be talking about how to turn the Epson EcoTank 4850 into a sublimation printer. Now, of course, the Epson EcoTank 4850 originally uses regular Epson EcoTank ink. So now what you're doing is you're converting it into a sublimation ink printer. So there's a process that goes along with that, but it is very easy with the Epson EcoTanks. And a lot of the instruction I end up talking about in this video about the 4850 will also convert over into many of the other EcoTank printers. Now, if this video ends up being helpful, please make sure to like the video. If you have any questions at all along the way, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Basically, what sublimation printing is you are using sublimation ink in your printer. That ink is then printed onto sublimation paper, and that paper is able to be transferred to a t-shirt, a mug. That type of printing is what you're doing. So basically, the most simple way for me to understand sublimation printing is basically when you were a kid and you got one of those tattoos, fake tattoos. You would put that on your arm and you would put some water on, you would rub it around, and then you would take off that paper and you would have the tattoo on your skin. That's essentially what this is, except with a variety of different products. You can even do it on titanium, on different types of metals. Basically, the first step you want to take here with turning the Epson EcoTank 4850 into a sublimation printer is deciding if you're going to have it used or new. If it is new, the process is going to be a lot easier. If it's used, you do have to go through a process of pushing all of the regular ink out of the system, which I won't cover in this video, but that's essentially what you have to do. Versus with a new printer, all you have to do is set aside the regular ink, don't use that, maybe even throw that away, maybe don't throw it away, sell it or something, and then basically only using sublimation ink in that new Epson EcoTank printer. Now, keep in mind, you cannot convert, you can't go back, you can't revert back to regular ink. You have to do sublimation ink from that point on, unless you also will do that same process of removing all of the ink out of the system and then putting in desired ink that you're wanting to use. So that's the first step, is deciding if you're going to do new or used on the Epson EcoTank 4850. Next is basically turning the printer into a sublimation printer. You can do this with a wide variety of third-party brands that are out there. You're not usually going to find Epson or these other companies making a sublimation printer ink kit because it doesn't really go in their favor. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy one of these kits. I am going to be leaving a link in the description below for the specific sublimation ink kit that you would use on the Epson EcoTank 4850. So there will be a link below for that. But you can find these kits for basically any printer. Today, of course, we're focusing on the Epson EcoTank 4850. So it's basically just a few steps you have to go through to turning your printer into a sublimation printer. And I'm going to go through the very basic and general instructions. I'm going to give you 3 easy steps to turning your Epson EcoTank 4850 into a sublimation printer. First off, you're going to start setting up your printer as usual. So you're going to go through the user manual and the setup manual. Also, I do have a video on setting up the 4850, so if you want to check that out, that's on my channel. But essentially, you are unboxing the printer. You're not plugging it in just yet. Do not plug in your printer until you have filled your printer up with sublimation ink. How do you fill your printer up with sublimation ink? Once you get your kit in the mail, you open everything up, you're going to have a syringe kit. This syringe kit is going to have a metal piece at the end of it. That is where you're going to be able to suction the sublimation ink out of the bottle, and then you're going to be injecting that ink into the correct ink compartment for the corresponding color. So it's very easy. You're grabbing your syringe, filling up with ink, and then you're transferring it into the ink compartments. As far as specifics as to when to do this, for the purposes of this video, it's simply before you plug in the power on the printer. Once you have done this multiple times and your ink levels are your satisfaction, keep in mind that when the printer turns on for the very first time, when it's a new printer, it is going to suck up some of that ink, whether it's sublimation or regular ink. Always top it off, and if you have some left in the bottle, keep in mind you're going to have to top that off later on. But now you have plugged in the printer, you have satisfactory ink, and now what you're going to do is you're going to basically just set up the printer as usual. At this point, you have a sublimation printer. It is that easy. There's a lot of instructions online that are going into a lot of detail as far as exactly what you need to do, but this is generally what you need to do to turn your regular Epson EcoTank 4850 into a sublimation ink printer. I did want to give a quick word about today's video's sponsor, which is my very own product, the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. There's going to be a link in the description below for this product. Essentially, if you are printing blank pages, not able to print a certain color, your prints are coming out faded, choppy, or lines in the print, or you just have a general print quality issue, you're going to want to consider purchasing the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. I've got a wide variety of videos on my channel showing you how to use this cleaning kit on a variety of different printer models. There's also going to be a link in the description below, so you can go down there at any time during this video. You can click the link, get the cleaning kit, and come back and watch the rest of the video. This is a highly rated product on Amazon, so you are going to get quality when you get this product. There's a 20 milliliter syringe with cleaning solution that is going to help you get back to printing normally again. There are hundreds of testimonials of people that have used the product that have saved themselves hundreds of dollars and not having to get a new printer, saving their ink, and then the cost of having to buy all of that brand new. So there's a lot of money tied up in your printer. You're going to want to fix it yourself if you're having these kinds of issues. I would also say that there's a case that if you are turning a used Epson EcoTank into a sublimation printer, the cleaning kit, essentially what this does is it pushes out ink and it breaks up blockage. So you could, in theory, use this when you are removing the current ink from your printer in the system. However, I'm not going to go that deep into it, and I'm not going to recommend this product necessarily for that. There is still some research I've got to do, and I've got to try it out myself, but that is a potential use as well for this product. So why the Epson EcoTank? Why is it so easy to turn the Epson EcoTank into a sublimation printer? That is because of the ink tank system that these printers have. With the ink cartridge based system, you can turn them into sublimation printers, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. There's a lot of chips involved. There's a lot of additional hardware involved in adding to your current printer. With these ink tank printers or EcoTank printers, it's a tank of ink, and it's really as simple as just putting in sublimation ink rather than regular ink. And you just have to go through that process of using that syringe to transfer the ink from the bottle into the tank. So it is a seamless way of turning a regular Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer. All right, hopefully you can take this information and use it to your advantage and start printing with a sublimation ink within your Epson EcoTank printer. I hope that I explained thoroughly. There are some other resources online, and I'm trying to get more into the space of sublimation printing because I get a lot of comments on my channel in regards to sublimation printer. So I'm always going to try to get you the absolute best information I can when it comes to a variety of different topics. If you were looking to purchase the Epson EcoTank 4850, there's going to be a link in the description below as well. And as I said, I have a unboxing video, an ink installation video, and a print quality, as well as a repair video newly released on the Epson EcoTank 4850. So check those out on my channel. Those should be listed at the very top of the videos that I have posted recently. All right, so I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, again, please make sure to like. If you have any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. That's really all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.